Good morning, everyone. Oh, it's a bit dark, isn't it, on my face here? What can we do about that? I don't know. Might have to turn up the brightness a second. How's that? It's a little bit brighter, isn't it? Wow, that made my day. People were in the chat before I even started this week. That was fantastic. I logged into YouTube and went on the live stream, and just to see people in the chat before I even went live was incredible. So thank you so much, everyone. I'll see John, Owen, Trust. Uwe was in here as well. Great to see. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to turn that down a little bit, actually. It will get brighter as the sun comes up. Huge. Sorry, I was having a drink. Antonio, Dakshin, Freddie, Laura, Colin, James, Moko, Ellie. Is that correct? Ellie? Good to see you all. Absolutely fantastic to share my Saturday morning with you. The usual 8 a.m. start time was hit. I was up at 6:30, got my breakfast in, did a bit of graphics work, did the quiz questions. We got a 5-question quiz. We're ready to go. The sun, yeah, let's have a look. No, there won't be any sun today in Bristol by the looks of it. There we go. Yeah, I would say the same, Trust. I'm not usually one to beg for like a number of subscribers or whatever, but I can feel 10k being on. It might not be this weekend. It might be this weekend or next weekend, maybe before the next international break, but I can feel it. So if anyone is not subscribed and currently watching this stream, please subscribe. 10k subs would be incredible. I would like to think it's possible to do it this weekend. What will I do this weekend? So I'll be live today for the deadline stream. I'll have a video out this afternoon. I'll go live on Sunday morning for like a reaction stream. I'll go live on Sunday evening for another reaction stream. And then I'll try and make a video on Sunday evening as well. So, yeah. 5 bits of content over the weekend for you guys. 5 different YouTube contents over 2 days. That's how committed we are. I appreciate that everyone in the chat has already subscribed. I think I have the chat on subs only mode anyway. Sorry. Basically I made a really strong coffee, and I've noticed that whenever I take a swig of it, it turns like my teeth completely brown because it's covered in like coffee at the top because it hasn't dissolved yet. So apologies for that. Right. My team first. Here's how I'm lining up, ladies and gentlemen. So, couple of potential injury concerns in Guardiola and Chris Wood, but I think both of them play. And even if they don't, I've got Aina to come in for Guardiola and Dibbling to come in for Wood, which I don't think is too bad. So, in my particular circumstances, I don't think I need to make a transfer here. And the rest of the team, I'm really happy with. Flecken, I mean, I'm not too happy with him to be fair, but I don't think there's a direct replacement I can justify getting in. Aitnori and Rico Lewis, I'm quite happy with those two. Aitnori's obviously on 4 yellow cards, so hopefully he doesn't get booked this week, but I mean, it's going to come at some point, isn't it? Got Rodgers against Tottenham. A little bit concerned about his minutes. He's been subbed off early in his last few games, so keep an eye on him. I'm happy to... I don't think there's any justification to sell Rodgers just yet. Palmer and Bumo and Salah, 3 of the best midfielders in the game. Chris Wood and Raul Jimenez, I think two of the best cheap strikers in the game right now. I don't have Cunha. I can't get to him very easily. And then Haaland. And obviously, the all-important decision this week is who the hell do you captain? And it's on Haaland at the moment, but yeah, I don't know what to do here. Start Dean or Konate? I would start Konate, I think. I'd favour the home guy. We're going to do a poll. We're going to do a poll. Salah, Haaland, and then other. All right, we're going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do it. We're going to switch. There you go. How about it, eh? How about it? Who's the early kickoff? That's the big question. You never bat the early kickoff. Okay, all right. So Salah and Haaland playing at the same time. Okay. The poll is out. John is very excited. Good evening, Niels. Colin, great team, my friend. James is saying Salah. Fair enough. Sabine Davies, I have Eze, Greaves, Minter, Wood all flagged. Wood is starting for me, but I have no bench cover. Porro and Rogers are playing each other as well. And then Boomer and Oh. Depends how many transfers do you have? Yeah, how many transfers do you have is the big question, I guess. Yeah, I was looking at that yesterday, Laura, actually. Is this what I was looking at? Yeah, here we go. So I'll go through this data in a little bit more detail. But what this is a betting markets projection of the top goal scorers for this week. So a projection from the betting companies. And they have Haaland at 0.81 goals and Salah at 0.71 goals. By the way, Speed, if you've got 2 free transfers, you can do something with that team. Definitely, you don't need to free hit. So the difference is 0.1 projected goals, right, on the betting markets. I kind of take this as the best sort of projection data you've got. And then there's a couple other things to bear in mind, right? Number one, Salah gets more points for a goal because he is a midfielder. So that's an extra point. Secondly, he gets a point for a clean sheet. So, it's worth 2 as a captain. And then thirdly, I'd say he's far more likely to get assists than Haaland is. And when you stack it all up, I would suggest expected points based on betting data, if that makes sense. Salah is better, in my opinion. I see where you're coming from, Jason. But, yeah. See where you're coming from. So for me, I am warming up to the idea of captaining Salah. I must say I'm quite happy that my brain has kicked into gear finally on deciding who I was going to captain, because I was live yesterday afternoon and I just had no idea what I was going to do. So yeah. Yeah, there's going to be a big, what's the word? Where 2 players are really popular and then one player does really well and the other one doesn't. What is that called? It's not variance, it's something else as well. Split. There's going to be a big split. I couldn't think of the word split then. That's a good start. Blimey, the chat's going so quickly and I'm chatting so much. I can't keep up with it. So sorry if I missed the messages. Alexandru, it's great to see you in the chat. Thank you. You said something very kind to me earlier. I appreciate you thanking my commitment, mate. Is it worthy to take the no Haaland train to game week 18? If so, a stacked midfield might just cut it. Yeah, mate, I think the decision on whether you have Haaland in your team is entirely down to whether you captain this swing. That's the word. Entirely down to whether you'd captain him or not. I couldn't think of a 5-letter word. That's terrible. But yeah, the decision as to whether you have Haaland in, for me, is entirely down to captain, because you do not want to be spending, in my opinion, you don't want to be having 15.4 million sitting in your team if you're not going to captain him. So that's the first bit of logic. The second bit of logic, though, I'm not captaining him this week, but I also think the team around him is really strong. And, well, I don't know. In my opinion, I just don't have... There's no one I desperately want to get in. Like, Saka is missing from my team, but Arsenal have a tough couple of fixtures. So I'm not, like, completely worried about not having Saka. Son, I guess, in game week 11 has got Ipswich, which is a good captaincy shout. But I don't know. I'm just happy with my team. I know I'm saying there's a justification to sell Haaland, and I'm not doing it myself, and it's a bit of do as I say, not as I do kind of thing. But I think with my team in my particular circumstances, I just don't need to get rid of him. I'm really happy with this team. Lal Ruata, best 4.5 defender. That's a really tough one, actually. I'd say Luca Dean is in with a shout, believe it or not. Let's have a look at the fixtures. Let's just have a look at the fixtures for that one a sec. I'm very well, Cortex. Sorry, I missed your message, mate. You finish your gym session. Don't stress about modding on the chat while you're in the gym. Hope you're having a good session, mate. You know what? If you can get to him, I think Anthony Robinson would be pretty good. Who is is it Tete is the right back for Fulham? I think he'd be pretty decent as well. Nice little differential. And then, obviously, you've got the Wolves defenders as well. Super setting back with triceps. Absolutely huge, mate. I will be going to the gym straight after this session. I'm meeting up with a swimming friend and my old swimming coach for a lift, but I'm gonna try to avoid using my rotator cuff though, because that's still a little bit sore. Unfortunately, I haven't managed to heal it up in the week that I've taken out of the pool. Liam, the answer to that question, mate. This channel began with me and a very good friend of mine named Sam. I'll just go back to my team a second. Yeah, a very good friend of mine named Sam. And we started doing a podcast about a game called Fan Team, which is basically a gambling version of FPL. Don't really make too much content on that anymore, not for any reason other than I'm just too busy with FPL. And we also spoke about a game called Sky Sports Fantasy Football, which no longer exists, unfortunately. What am I trying to say? They cancelled it this year. So that's how it began. And then Sam is an entrepreneur in his own right. He's got a couple of other businesses that he looks after. And he was just a little bit too busy to keep doing the podcast. So I took it solo and started making videos about FPL probably a couple of years ago now. And it's just gone from there. And here we are, 2 years later, nearing 10,000 subs, chatting to you lovely folk. What a life, eh? And I'd be very grateful if you could subscribe as well. If you're looking to get into making FPL content, by the way, Liam, if that's where your question comes from, I'm not saying that is the case. I'm actually in the process of starting up a little side business where I help people build a YouTube channel as a side hustle. So that's something I'm looking to cook up on a second side hustle kind of thing. But I'd really like to do that. And I think I could offer like a unique perspective on that kind of thing, because I'm not like a serial millionaire entrepreneur, right? I've got a 9,500 sub YouTube channel, which is a nice little side hustle, isn't it? And I think other people could probably learn a bit from how I've done it, and certainly skip a bit of the hardcore learning process that I went through, because my content was pretty terrible when I started. So yeah. Anyway, I'll stop monologuing about myself, but I do also have a group chat I started it on Twitter, of other FPL content creators where we just share ideas and stuff like that. It's really good. We just encourage each other and share share ideas and stuff. So if you have Twitter, mate, send us a tweet or send us a message. Should be just there. Golden Goal FF. Reach out to me, mate, and I will get you in our little group chat. And you feel free to contribute as much or as little as you like, and we're all there to help each other, basically. It does all right, John. Yeah. Yeah, it's doing all right. I will basically, it feels a bit weird sharing now exactly how much I earn for YouTube, but there's a website called Social Blade. I'll let you do your own research on it. There's a website called Social Blade, and Social Blade, you can type in your favorite YouTuber's username into Social Blade, and it provides a projection of how much their YouTube channel earns from ad revenue, which is how YouTube pays you. So all of these favorite content creators of yours, doesn't just have to be FPL. You can search them up in this Social Blade tool and you'll get an estimate of how much they're earning, basically. What was I going to say? But that doesn't take into account like sponsorships or referral links, etc., etc. Obviously, you can earn a bit of extra wedge from those. But yeah. But I always like to think that on this channel, I made 350 videos, I think it was, before I hit the monetization mark on YouTube. So, you know, I like to feel I put in the work and showed that I do it for the love of it rather than purely for the money. Because, yeah, I did, well, a year and a half of making 350 videos of not making any money. So, yeah. So, yeah, hopefully that helps you, Liam. I'll stop monologuing about myself then. Ellie has got Sels, Fabianski, Konate, Aitnori, Lewis, Van der Berg, Ockley, Salasaka, Palmer, Son and Bubo. I love it. Cunha, Raul, Wissa. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Did you watch my wildcard draft video by any chance? Went early with Garnacho, Bruno and Cunha. I'm going to try and stream for 3 hours, Moko. We'll see how we get on. I've got a coffee in at the moment. I'm taking in some caffeine. We'll see how we go. Personally, mate, I'd start Luca Dean and Konate. I've got Flecken in goal, but I personally don't back the Brentford defence like whatsoever, to be completely honest with you. I have a strong feeling Haaland will score 2 or more goals today. We shall see. We shall see. I'm interested to look at effective ownership when the deadline hits to see just how many people have captained Haaland. Trent, Gabriel and Johnson for 8, Nori, Dallo and Salah. Ooh. No, I wouldn't do it. I'd captain Haaland this week and save the hit. I don't think there's 4 points in that move. Yeah, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't play Gabriel. I think he's fit and ready to go. Ooh, I would start Vardy and Strand Larson. I think Ockley of Leicester is nailed, yeah. Haaland, Raul, Archer, thoughts? Yeah, don't mind it. Archer is probably, I don't know, with so many good cheap forwards, I think it's worth spending a little more than getting someone like, I don't know, Wissa than Archer. I had Guardiola in my strong midfield team, Ellie. Good morning, Sally. Big ups. We've got the coffee emoji. I've got a coffee in the golden goal mug. Yeah, I would agree with you on Robertson. I think he's a little bit too much of a risk to be picking now. Start Rodgers or Semenyo? Rodgers. Yeah, I'd start Rodgers. Ooh, would I? God, that's really tough. What do you think, chat? Would you start Rodgers or Semenyo? I'll leave that to the chat, John. Would you start Rodgers or Semenyo? Should I sell Mbumo to Salah or downgrade Trent and Gabriel for Salah? I have 2 free transfers, so that would be a -4. I'm a little bit confused, mate. A little bit confused by that. Are you saying, why would you have to take a -4 if you could just do Mbumo to Salah? I'm a little bit confused. Luis Diaz, I don't like Diaz. I don't think his minutes are guaranteed enough. Keane or Gabriel? Gabriel. Yeah, he does look a bit knackered. Ooh, start Robinson or 8 Nori. You got some answers on your Rodgers Semenyo question. I think you have to give it to 8 Nori. Yeah, I think you have to. I think Crystal Palace, from an attacking perspective, are no good, especially without Eze. So yeah, I would favour 8 Nori. I think Brentford will score against Fulham, almost definitely. They've been really good from an attacking perspective this season, haven't they? Especially with Wissa back. Brother, Salah or Haaland captain? All you got to do is look at my team, mate. Semenyo against City, yeah. But then the City defence, you can't tell me the City defence has been amazing. John, mate, I'm not your parent. You don't need to ask permission. You do whatever you like, mate. Starting Rodgers and Watkins this week. They rested, and Emery has a but. Yeah, of course. I mean, I've got Rodgers. Oh, I'm not sure I would triple captain Salah. Is your gut saying something? If your gut saying something, go for it. Should I get rid of Saliba? Depends who you want to sell him for. Do I plan to sell? I'm probably not, you know. And the only reason I'm not is because I'm just happy with the rest of my team. Do it, mate. Morning, Juntao. Torn between Rodgers and Isak. DCL to Wissa or Cunha. Cunha. Better fixtures on pens. Fair enough, Moko. Oh, God. My gut says Leif Davis, Porro, and Moreno. That's my gut. Ben, hopefully that helps. Play Trossard or DCL? DCL. Unfortunately. Con Rogan, Captain Cunha. Fair enough. I've gone against my gut all 9 game weeks and it hasn't gone good once. Yeah. I feel like when you emotionally, right? I guess it depends how you think and how you play, but I think it's sometimes it's really hard to regret going with your gut. You can never be angry with yourself for going towards your instincts, right? I don't think that's possible. Whereas if you go against them and it doesn't go well, you can. So just my thoughts on that emotionally. Van der Ven is injured, and I will put Keane. Do you think Keane will start? I don't know, mate. I wouldn't replace Van der Ven with Keane. Who have Ipswich got? Leicester. Yeah, I'd probably play Leif Davis this week. No, I wouldn't go Antonio, mate. Good afternoon from Thailand. Good to see you, man. I'd probably go Maddison, actually. Maddison's underlyings are better than Rogers' is. Okay, what a weird way of saying that. Virgil van Dijk. There you go. There's your centre-back. No, Arsenal, mate. Between Winks and Rogers? Oh, mate, you got to go Rogers. Strand Larson, I would go for over João Pedro. Are you good friends with Holly Shand off camera? I do a bit of work with her for Fantasy Football Hub. I'm a Fantasy Football Hub affiliate, so yeah, we've crossed paths in that regard. But to be honest, other than like talking business about that, I've not really spoken to her. So, you know, friend, probably not, because we just don't know each other that well. Not that I've got obviously anything against her or anything. Seems like a lovely person. Is sales a guild up? Yeah, but the Forest fixtures do turn. They've got Man City and Arsenal away in the next 5. Someone's just asked me Gabriel or Davis, mate. I would go Davis. Salah and Raul for Haaland and Rogers. No. This week I've spent the most thinking about my team. Yeah, I know those feelings, mate. I wouldn't do those moves. I'd just stick to Salah and Raul Jimenez, mate. Captain Salah. Ooh, I play Sells. Do you think Son will start? Yeah. Tell me a centre-back. That's Virgil van Dijk, mate. If you want centre-back. Who's the best player? Who's the player you wish you had in your team from the get-go? Cole Palmer. But I don't regret it because I had Salah. So I don't really feel like I don't really regret. There's not one player I wish I had, to be honest. I'll do team reviews after the quiz. I was going to do the quiz at 8:30 if that's all right. We'll do the quiz and then we'll do some team reviews after the quiz. My pleasure, David. We'll have a look at team news after the team reviews. How about that? My gut says Wissa outscores Raul Jimenez, Wood and Cunha. Well, if that's the case, mate, go for him. Antonio out for Cunha. Yeah, I don't mind that. Huge from Alf. I saw your 5:30 a.m. run this morning, mate. Absolutely smashing it. I hope you're enjoying getting up early. I love it. I do it to work on this YouTube channel, mate. But getting up early before the rest of the world and getting some work in, whether it's exercise or working on a YouTube channel or whatever, is a real, I don't know. I feel like a strong man for doing it. That's what I was doing here this morning. I do find with early exercise, my body just can't do it. I swim, and it's tradition to get up early as a swimmer and train. And I do it sometimes on a Tuesday morning, but my body just takes so long to warm up properly. So yeah, I do try it, but I can't perform at my best early in the morning. Actually, saying that, I did set a 50-meter freestyle PB at 6:30 a.m. a few weeks back, so I guess maybe it is possible. It is a cheat code, mate. As are the weekends as well. When everyone's going out, getting drunk or whatever, and you're working away at something, I find that's a little bit of a cheat code as well. And it's very impressive. You've got a family at home, a young baby, and you're still managing to find the time to do it all. So you're doing well, mate. Good for you. Gabrielle or Keane? I've got Gabrielle. I'm definitely not a full-time YouTuber, mate. I have a full-time job alongside this gig. Sally woke up at 5 for Rowan. He's out in the dark, rowing away. Huge. Bench 1, Cunha, Raul or Wissa. Oh my God. Surely there's someone else in your team you could bench instead. Yeah, Gabriel's fit. He trained this week, mate. Be ready to go. It's bad that I'm starting in Mbumo, Wissa, Raul and Smith Rowe. I have Rogers on the bench. I actually don't hate it. I don't hate it. Excuse me, I don't hate it. No, you don't need to edit it, mate. I got it. I wouldn't do it. Haaland and Rodgers for Salah and Jimenez doesn't feel like it's worth it. Not to me. Just stick to your guns with Haaland. You cannot tell me that Haaland and Rodgers are sells this week, in my opinion. Do we think Havertz against Newcastle is a better start over McNeil versus Southampton? Yeah, McNeil's injured, mate. Definitely. Watkins out for a cheap forward. The only reason I would sell Watkins is to improve another part of my team. I wouldn't do it just because I thought another player would score more points. It definitely is Ua. I will give you that. And I also, I went out and did a bit of social stuff last night, but I just had a couple of lemonades and I was in bed by 10:30. So very normal sort of Friday evening, really. And I also found, I don't know, when you stay up late and get drunk and stuff or whatever, nothing really memorable or fun happens after midnight anyway. Just my thoughts. Excuse me, folks. John has his coffee. I was continuing anyway, I'm afraid, mate. Wolves to beat Palace or Fulham to beat Brentford in a last man standing. Oh, I've got the wrong screen on there. Oh well. What an interesting question. I think Wolves to beat Palace. I think Palace are crap, to be completely honest with you, especially without Eze. Please help me. I play FPL draft. My team this week is Kelleher, Saliba, Milenkovic, Tsimikas, Johnson, Rodgers, Palmer. Mate, I have no idea who you can target because I don't know who's available. Good for you, Alexandru, mate. I completely agree, James. Life is so much better. I don't know. I also had a point to think about. If you have to be drunk to enjoy something, why would you do that activity? Why would you not want to spend your life sober and enjoying things that you actually enjoy and don't have to have an intoxicant for? Don't know. It's just what I'm feeling. Good for you, James and Alexandru, man. And also, it's an absolute game changer for getting in shape and losing weight as well. Like, say you have, I don't know, 5 or 6 pints in a night. That's like a meal, an extra meal on top of what you've had for the day. But also, I'm not 100% against alcohol, right? I'm happy to have a beer and have the odd drink here and there. I'm not totally against it. I just have a renewed mentality, I'd say, around drinking, right? Yeah, Palace are in all kinds of trouble, aren't they? Captain Haaland or Palmer. Currently have it on Palmer. I just go Haaland, mate. 1,800 calories a day is a big number, mate. Good for you. Yeah, absolutely, Alexandru. Losing weight is simple. It's not easy. That's the thing I'd say about losing weight. Diet, discipline, not drinking, exercising. It's simple. The concept of it is simple, but it's definitely not easy. With all the easy processed foods and stuff, yeah, it's really hard to eat healthily. David, I drink excessively until I forget. I'll tell you what, if there's ever a player to make you drink, it's Dominic Calvert-Lewin, isn't it? 9-hour drive. Where are you going, mate? Right, we're 1 minute away from the quiz. I've really enjoyed this chat this morning. You got me worried about Henderson. Start Fabianski. Excuse me. You know what? Who just in what was I going to say? What did the chat think? If you had Dean Henderson and Fabianski as your goalkeepers, who would you go for? Yeah, Juntal, I wish I could do that, but I do so much sport and exercise that unfortunately I need to have the calories in. But yeah, I respect people that don't have a breakfast, and yeah, good for you. Right. Ready? Quiz time. Everyone ready? It's 8:30. Hopefully this has worked. There we go. First question then, bit of trivia. Who was the top scoring player in Game Week 9 with 15 points? Come on, Em. Who was the top scoring player in Game Week 9 with 15 points? I would listen to whatever David Tyner has to say, by the way. He is a very good fantasy football player. So if he says start Henderson, I'd start Henderson, mate. Bloody hell. Well, people seem to think they know the answer to this one, don't they? People seem to think they know the answer to that. Holy shit. I don't think there's been a single one that hasn't said Mbumo. Right, okay. Let you off easy on the first one. It was indeed Brian Mbumo. Well done, everyone. 15 points. Oh, you sold him. What are you doing selling Mbumo, mate? He's amazing. Why'd you get rid of him? Right, question two. I'm hoping this is difficult. I do a couple of these every deadline stream, right? And people are getting these straight away. Who's that? Come on. Surely it's a starting Premier League player. You'll all know who he is. Who is it? Got a guess for Bowen, Luca Dean, Bowen, Raul Jimenez, Chris Wood. People saying Bowen. Messi. It's not Messi. It's a starting Premier League footballer. Only way to get Palmer in. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Bueno notte. Bernd Leno. Ooh, it's a good guess. Right, we've had enough time. I can't believe people got this. It's Luca Dean. I have no idea how people... I don't know. How could you tell that's Luca Dean? Very impressive. There are a few people that got that. Fair play to you. It is Luca Dean. Right, question 3. We'll do a score check after this one. So, how many goals? Obviously, Cole Palmer is amazing. But how many goals has he scored this season? I'm not going to do a multiple choice. You have to just guess or know the answer. How many goals has Cole Palmer scored this season? God, the answers are flying in. People are loving the quiz. Thank you, everyone. All sorts of guesses here. I'm not going to read them out. Everyone can see the numbers. Lots of numbers being chucked into the chat. A few people behind on the this silhouette quiz. John's excited about the quiz. I think he's a bit behind. We're only 2 questions in, mate. Too many. Right, I'm going to reveal the answer. You don't need to apologise. You leave when you like, mate. The answer, he's bagged 7. 7 goals for Cole Palmer. We'll do a score check. Is anyone on 3 out of 3 yet? Let me know. Just changing my drinks right now. I'm going from coffee to water now. Tonight it'll be 10 goals. We'll see, mate. I'm very happy to own Cole Palmer now, so he can do what he likes. This is a great show, I say. This is a great show. Well, I'm very pleased to hear it, mate. I'm glad you're enjoying your morning. You guys are You guys are making me very happy this morning. I'm thoroughly enjoying doing this. Oh, how many goals? How could I make... That's not a... I can't make that a quiz answer, mate. That's not a fair question to ask. Right, question 4. I can't actually remember who this is. Who is that? The thing is, what I will say... actually, no, I'm going to wait until after the answers come in before I say it, because I'll give away the answer by saying what I was about to say. The clue is he's bald. There's your clue. There's your clue. I'm not actually going to confirm if he's bald or not. I just read the message and thought it was funny, but I mean, that does look like a bald man, doesn't it? Let's be honest. It could be one of the baldy FPL managers. You never know. But it's not. It's a player. I'll give you that. Johnny Sins. Who's that, mate? I have no idea who Johnny Sins is. No, I know, Andy. I really struggle as well. I'm amazed that some people can get it. Right, I think that's enough time. That's enough time. It is Johan Wisser. Well done, everyone that did that. Well done, everyone that got him. And then the final question. So, a player in the game. Which player has risen the most in price from his starting price this season? He's gone up by 0.7. That's the most of any player in the league this season. Who has gone up the most in price from their beginning price? I'm just going to check something, actually. I've actually got this factually incorrect, by the way. I've just realised this player's price has changed again overnight. So I do apologise. I did these quiz questions last night, and I'm factually incorrect with my question. So I do apologise for that one. People correcting me before they even know the answer to the question. I'm going to reveal it. It's Brian and Mbumo. So he's actually gone up by 0.8. So yeah, he went up again. Sorry, guys. I did the questions last night, all right? Give me a chance. He's gone up in price again. Let me know what you got in the quiz there. I'm still going to count the question, because technically it might not have been 0.7 million, but he's still gone up the most, right? Right, we've got some scores on the doors coming in. That's what I wanted to say. John, thank you. My pleasure. My pleasure, Dave. It was a great start to my day as well. It's always a pleasure chatting to you guys in the chat and doing a quiz for you. I'm pleased you enjoyed it. Little 5-question quiz to get you going on a Saturday. It feels like Sunday already, to be honest. John got 6. How could he get 6? There was no bonus points on offer. Right. So, I think it's probably time to do some team reviews now, isn't it? So, what I'm going to do, don't just send your ID in the chat, because that would be a bit too much. So, I'm going to do 5 team reviews from here. Members and super chats are priority for obvious reasons. So if you want to send in your FPL ID, I'll do 5 team reviews after that point. And whoa, bloody hell! We're gonna have to find a way to control that. So it finished after. And we'll do Neil's. So we'll do Neil's first. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's 5. We're all fair. All right, Neil's, mate. We'll do Artem's first then. Cheers, members. I will crack your team reviews. Good to see you, by the way, Paul. Sorry I missed you coming in. Is that the right? I'll go again. 7, 3, 1, 5, 3, 1, 0. It is. Right, I'm hoping that's you. It doesn't match the name on the YouTube, but I'm hoping it's you. Sorry, if anyone puts something in the chat, I'm not going to be able to read it now because I'm looking at people's teams for the next little while. You've got 2 free transfers. I really like this team, you know. You're missing an Erling Haaland, but you can captain Salah. Honestly, I think I'd roll with this team, mate. It's a little bit interesting. You've got a few differentials in there, but I just don't see any major need to change anyone around, to be completely honest with you. I had a bit of coffee on my lip then. Yeah, I don't see any major reason to make transfers here. Artem, as your YouTube username is, I don't see any major need to. 10484. Yeah, I'd get rid of Eze, mate. I'd consider getting Garnacho in for Eze or selling Solanke, but I think Eze's probably the priority transfer out. But also, you could genuinely go into this week without making a transfer, but I probably would get rid of Eze. I probably would get rid of Eze here. Let's just see. How much you got in the bank? 0.5 million, so that'd be 7.2. Garnacho, yeah. Garnacho. Quite like getting Garnacho. Thought of getting Garnacho in. Right. Adesh Sada, is that correct? Hopefully. Let's have a look at your team. 179 5058. Is that correct? 179 5058. Sorry, people whose YouTube usernames do not line up with their actual names. It's a little bit confusing and hard to keep track of. Yeah, I think I'd just roll with this team, mate. I would consider starting Mazwari over Valfas. Actually, I'd start Valfas over Harwood Bellis as well. Yeah, I think it's fine. I would also consider. I just don't know about Michael Keane. I would consider doing Keane to Mikolenko. But other than that, mate, really nice team. Juntao, you got in, mate. You were asking for a team review before I even did them, and you managed to get in. So well done. 143 4305. Yeah, I don't think you need to do anything with this team, to be completely honest with you, mate. I don't see any transfers you desperately need to make. Just sit on your hands, mate. I know Calvert-Lewin is disgustingly annoying, but he's got Southampton. Yeah, I don't think I'd do anything here. I don't think I'd do anything with that team, mate. I'm pretty sure that's Nicolas, but it's in Greek, the Greek alphabet. So hopefully I'm correct there. 19326656. It is Nicholas. There we go. Sorry, if there's any chat messages coming in, I'm afraid I can't read them because I'm just looking at people's teams at the moment. Again, this is another team I would just roll with, I think. Yeah. No Salah, but it doesn't matter. You got Haaland in there as captain. Yeah, I don't think you need to do anything, mate. It's a really nice team. Henderson v Raya is an interesting one. Yeah, I don't know who I'd start out of those two, to be honest. But other than that, what a lovely team. What a lovely team. Right, Nils, you're up as a member. And then we'll do Paul and Freddie as well. Yeah, I'd consider getting rid of Eze here and starting whoever you get in over Hall. So you've got 7.5 to spend on a midfielder here. Curtis Jones? You could get Jared Bowen, mate. Consider that. Consider Eze to Bowen. How about that? I'm doing very well, by the way, Paul. Sorry I missed your... oh, right. No, I'm not sure I can review Neil. Sorry, mate. I can't. It won't show me. My apologies, mate. I'll move on. Freddie Ebbing. I think you could do something here involving a downgrade of Solanke. So let's get rid of Solanke. And let's get rid of... let's just muck about and get rid of Rodgers. And we get Raul Jimenez in. I'm big on Jimenez. And then you have how much in the bank? 7 points. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. You just reset. Probably roll, you know. Unless you're desperate to get rid of Solanke, Freddie, I'd probably roll. And the same with Calvert-Lewin. I mean, if you want to get rid of Solanke and Calvert-Lewin and get Wood in, or maybe something like that, you could. But you don't need to make a transfer here. I think that team's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I think this is the last one. Hotel Calafiori. I love that team name. That's fantastic. Incredible that Harwood Bellis has more expected points than yeah, I just roll, mate. I'd definitely consider selling Solanke, but at the same time I don't think you desperately need to. You could really roll with this team, mate. Right. That's it for the team reviews for now. Otherwise, I just spend the whole time looking at people's teams. But yeah, members and super chats, you can put your IDs in at any time and I'll review. That's what you get. John, you weren't. You put yours in too early, man. Look. You were too early, bro. I can only be fair. You have to go after the message, mate. That's how it works. You did a false start. Sorry, it feels a bit unfair, but you did do a false start. I'm just going to see if there's any team news a second. I'll just go back to my FPL team. I'm just looking at Twitter on another tab. Just see if we've got any news. Oh, by the way, there we go. That's a no Haaland wildcard draft that I put together. It's got a 100% AI rating, by the way. And a midfield of Saka, Palmer, Salas, Palmer, Saka, Son, and Bumo. That is a ridiculous midfield. So yeah, anyway, see if we've got any news. I can't see the chat while I'm doing this because I've got it on the same tab that the YouTube chat is on. Leaked team news. Saka's gone up in price, apparently. I'm just looking to see if there's any news. No, it doesn't look that way. I'll just have a look at my fantasy football list. A small update on player goals projections. Anyone was interested? Slight update on the graphic from Rob T FPL. Haaland's pulled out a little bit in terms of betting odds. Raptors captaincy poll has 7,400 votes. 47% Haaland, 41% Salah. Ooh. Oh, good. I'm glad that wasn't sexual and I've just shared it on YouTube. That's why I've got to be careful about sharing Twitter on YouTube. Yeah, no news other than that at the moment. Liam, I've just seen your message. I'm going to add you to the group chat now before I forget. 2 seconds, pal. FPL Content Creators Group. You're in, mate. Cheers for joining. Right, back to the chat. Just be a sec. Right. Sorry, I probably missed some messages. We get news Gabriel's confirmed out. Would you roll? Gabriel's in the team, mate. He's not out. Yeah, exactly, Luke. It's crazy, isn't it? The price changes in FPL have been so mental this season. Any transfer tips for next week? No, mate. I can't think about next week. Thinking to replace Robertson for another premium this week. Would you go for Gabriel? I go Guardiola. Eze's done his hamstring, mate. He's out for a couple of weeks. Out until the international break. I would say Cunha, Wood, Wisser in that order. Shoulder's not too bad. Not too bad. It's been a little bit painful this morning. Yesterday was completely pain-free, and then it's a bit painful again this morning. I think I must have slept on it last night. I'm going to go to the gym this morning, but not do anything shoulder-related. So do some squats, deadlifts, that kind of thing. Well, not in the same session. Wood's not a terrible captain, but he's also not the player in my mind to haul. You know, Salah and Haaland and Palmer, and they're all better in my opinion. Someone asked that question already, TRFC, and we had a unanimous vote in the chat for Morgan Rogers. Score predictions, I can flash them up. There you go. I've already gone through them a few times, so I won't speak through them. They definitely don't use your shoulder in the way that hurts my my rotator cuff, John. That's for sure. And if you're doing deadlifts with your shoulder, you're not doing them right, may I just say. They do, obviously you're lifting weights, but yeah. If you're injured in your shoulder doing deadlifts, you're not deadlifting correctly. Couple people score predictions are on screen, man. I did them yesterday, to be fair. I've got the Arsenal score the wrong way around. I don't know, man. I'm not sure about that. Adash, I'm currently 167k overall. Points overall? Hey, stop, man. We're done with the team reviews, mate. We're done with the team reviews, man. You don't need to keep sharing. That's my stuff and things. 582 points, 167k overall, 81 points last week. That's my overalls. I'm conscious that's actually pretty decent, but you know, we're only less than a third of the way through the season, so I'm not counting my chickens yet. That's for sure. If that's the correct way to say it. John wants me to ask the chat where everyone is from. While I do that, I'll share my mini league. Where is everyone from? Just sharing my mini league a second, guys. Well, it doesn't want to load. Come on. Well, I'm trying to share my mini league with you, but it doesn't want to load. Yeah, it's just not loading. Oh, unlucky Tino. Unlucky, mate. Yeah, I can't load. I'm afraid I can't load the page with my. Maybe it's 2 seconds. I'm just going to go on the solo, just me on my own screen. I'm going to turn off my browser extension because I think that might be killing extensions. That might be killing being able to share my mini league. So just give me a second. Manage extensions. I'm going to turn it off. There we go. Let's see if that does it. There we go. It was the extension. Right. I'm going to share my mini league code. There's the code. And then I'll copy the link as well. One of those should work for you. I will pin that message. $494 votes on the captaincy poll, by the way. That's crazy. We're going to check that out in a second. SARS from Australia, mate. I don't know if that was a good Australian accent. Morocco, Surrey, South London, England, Yorkshire, South Africa, Nigeria / Canada, El Salvador. That's an interesting country with their new leader. Antwerp. There's a very good drum and bass DJ named Netsky, who I listen to quite a lot, who's from Antwerp. Italy. Whereabouts in Italy, Antonio? I'm off to Venice in a couple of weeks. I don't actually know, Neil. Someone might be able to answer that question. Niels is from New Zealand. FPL indeed is worldwide. Ahmed Hussein is from Egypt. I was in Egypt in April, mate. I went to Hurghada and Luxor, which was very nice. Speaking to someone about Egypt last night, actually. Was it you? Might have been you. Can't remember. But yeah, I was in Egypt. I'm trying to... I really like going... I don't go on that many holidays, but I really like going on holiday in January in the UK. I think when you... That's an incredible lineup, Luke. I think when you live in the UK and don't have kids, the best time to go away on holiday is January, because the weather is terrible in the UK and it's fantastic to get away. So I want to go somewhere sunny, but I'm still trying to decide on where I want to go. I'm sort of... I'm actually thinking, so we've got a few followers in South Africa, to be fair. Sorry, I've got like coffee on my lip here. What's going on? So yeah, I got a few followers in South Africa. So I was thinking of potentially going there and doing a safari, which would be pretty cool. Expensive though, so I'll have to work hard on the YouTube for that. Or somewhere in Asia, like Thailand or something. So yeah, I'm currently deciding. I'm just going to get rid of this thing on my lip a second. Bear with. I'm going to turn the camera off so you don't have to look at that. Yeah, that's been there the whole stream. A coffee bean like thing was stuck on my lip. Apologies for that, guys. Hey, we're human. It happens, right? Morocco is not. He's trying to say Morocco is hot, are you? My one of my best mates went to Morocco a couple of weeks ago, and he said it was raining the whole time. Just saying. Every player on my bench is injured. I had to take a -4 to have 11 players. These injuries have been shocking. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I am considering my options, Paul. But if I went to South Africa, I would definitely have a beer with some of my subscribers for sure, including yourself, of course. I've got a few subscribers that live in South Africa. Huge from Paul. And I don't mean because you live there, so I want to say this with the utmost of respect. But through various people that I've worked with in the industry that I work in, they have told me that parts of South Africa are very dangerous. So yeah, you'll have to keep me in. Hopefully, you can keep me in the safe places. Come to Mauritius. So, funnily enough, I have a friend from my swimming club named Liv who comes from Mauritius. And by all accounts, it looks absolutely lovely. She's married to another swimmer that I'm good mates with called James, and they're both going back for Christmas. And Christmas in Mauritius, I thought, sounds very good. She was in our group chat yesterday saying, unfortunately, I can't come to the Christmas meal because I'm in Mauritius. I was like, oh, right, that's unfortunate, isn't it? It sounds incredibly unfortunate. John, I do not work at GCHQ, mate. I think that's what you might be about to ask me. Or is that, yeah, that's in Cheltenham, isn't it? I don't work at GCHQ. Chances of Diaz starting and playing more than 70 minutes. I'm not sure, mate. I was in Berkshire on Thursday, mate. I was in Reading on Thursday for work. So I think that counts. My car comes from Berkshire as well. Where did I get it from? Bracknell. I got it from Bracknell. I think that's Berkshire. Jovens, is you from Mauritius as well? Huge, mate. I made it out. Of course I did. Yeah, of course I did. I actually don't, John, to be fair. So, yeah, I actually don't. It's a good guess, but I actually don't. You gotta keep guessing, bro. Oh. Hello, Galactic Cantina. Good to see you. My newest member, or one of my newest members. Yeah, I've been told that Romania is amazing. So yeah, maybe I should go to Bucharest. I'm thinking of a trip to Bucharest. What's the weather like in Bucharest in January, though? I would imagine it's quite cold. Hello, Hugo Tito. Hey, man, you don't need to worry about being late to the stream. My rank, there you go. That's all you need to know, my friend. It's actually all right. I'm not too worried about showing it at the moment. Quick review. If you're asking for a team review, mate, as a member, absolutely. Just send me your ID. That doesn't mean everyone can get their team reviewed, but it's a benefit you get for being a member or sending in a super chat as I'll look at your team. So yeah, if you want to send me your ID, Galactic Cantina, I'm very happy to look at your team. You don't even need to ask. Of course. Hey, Antonio, been an absolute pleasure, mate. I hope you have a good weekend and FPL points are kind to you. Is that right? 4963134. There we go. I think it's like £1 a month, John. Well, £2 a month. I can't actually remember. I know it's very cheap. I selected the cheapest option I could. Yeah, it will tell you when you have a look. Bloody hell, you got a bit of a benching headache here, haven't you? 3 million in the bank. Oh, you could. Oh, huge from Roxana. Just started playing FPL. Absolutely huge. Thank you very much for watching. Maybe this week you shouldn't make the transfer. I would probably start Solanke over Semenyo and then just keep the rest of the team as it is. And then next week, mate, you can go absolutely huge on your transfers. But I wouldn't do it now. With 3 million in the bank in Solanke, or maybe you could keep Solanke another week. But yeah, you can sell Solanke and get Son for Johnson, something like that. And captain Son against Ipswich. You could do something absolutely crazy like that if you wanted to. Would I transfer Concert to Rico Lewis? Yeah, I probably would. But you have to do so knowing that there's a risk every game week that Rico Lewis isn't going to play. You have to take that risk by buying him, I think. I'm just going to clean my glasses. I've noticed they're a little bit dirty. There we go. Whoa, it's like I have high definition sight again. Holy moly. They were really dirty and I didn't realise it. I don't know if any other glasses wearers can relate to that, but yeah. When you clean your glasses when they're dirty, it's like you've got a new pair of glasses on when you put them back on. Which one would you bench this week? Wood, Rowell, oh my god. Ash Hill Farm, mate, that is a disgusting decision. Absolutely no clue, man. Absolutely no idea. Jesus. I wouldn't bench any of them. Surely they're, yeah, flip a coin. Get a coin out, man. What's your midfield and defence looking like if you got those three? If you've got, like, say, Rodgers in midfield, I'd bench Rodgers instead of those guys. You're looking at 3 players who are going to start and take penalties. I hope I can get it, Neil. So the problem I have is that my eyes keep getting worse every time I have an eye test. It's probably due to the fact that I spend so long staring at a screen doing my YouTube channel, to be honest with you. But my prescription keeps getting worse, so I can't get laser eye surgery until it levels out. So yeah, we'll see. I just wear contacts when I need to do sport, really. I actually, because I've had glasses for so long, I don't know. I mean, this is what I look like without glasses. I kind of prefer how I look with glasses on now, believe it or not. I just look so weird without them because I'm used to seeing myself in glasses all the time. Holy shit, that is disgusting, Ash Hill Farm. Sorry, your name's probably not Ash, it's Ash Hill Farm, isn't it? It could be Ash. Christ, that is so difficult. I'd also say one bit of advice I would give you is Darren, it's you're going to have that decision to make every week, and you have to ask yourself, do you want to make that decision every week? I would personally upgrade someone elsewhere in your team where you don't have such a difficult decision on who to play every week. Does that help? Because just honestly, mate, a benching headache every week is so difficult to deal with. It's just my opinion, though. I absolutely hate having a benching headache. See, with my team, like, the only real headache is who do I start in defence. I don't really have a headache. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. And you're always, whatever happens, you're always going to get screwed as well. Because what you've got there is 3 very good players, and there isn't much between them, if anything at all. So you're always going to be in a case where the player you bench has a perfectly reasonable chance of doing well. So you're always going to bench points as well. And there's nothing you can do to stop yourself from doing that. Because for me, there's no right answer between who is the best player out of those 3. Sorry, guys, bit of a yawn there. Will Guardiola play? Yeah, I think he will. It's my pleasure, man. Hope all is well on Ash Hill Farm, mate. Do you have, what sort of produce do you have? Are you like a, I don't know, I'm not much of a farmer. Do you have can you call it a speciality? I don't know. Do you rear animals or grow crops, I guess is the question, or both? I'm not going to answer that question, Liam. I'm not going to answer that question. But I appreciate you asking. Yeah, exactly. Galactic Cantina. Run a market garden. What's that? I'll Google that. What is a market garden? I know Operation Market Garden was the American invasion of the Netherlands during World War II. All right, veg, fruit, and herbs. Lovely, mate. Sounds good. Whereabouts are you located? We'll get you some customers if there's anyone from your local area in here. I don't think so, John, personally. I don't want to both Trent and Gabriel. I don't want to sell both Trent and Gabriel to get Salah. I feel like, yeah, but you also, he's from Tarpley in Cheshire. If anyone's in the Cheshire area, check out Ash Hill Farm. Sounds good, man. That's the posh north up in Cheshire, isn't it? Well, you do, yeah. Right, a market garden sounds like quite an upmarket kind of shop. So fair play to you, man. Hope business is well for you, going well for you. Jim, I'm not an expert on World War II, to be completely honest with you, mate. So yeah, all I remember is they had wooden gliders that the paratroopers dropped from. I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I don't really know enough about World War II to comment on that one, to be honest. Can't decide what to do. Flecken, Trent, Lewis, Aina, Palmer, Mbeumo, McNeil, Johnson, Haaland, Solanke, Delap, bench, Henderson, Martinelli, Ait-Nouri. I would play Martinelli over McNeil because McNeil is injured, and I would probably play Ait-Nouri over Aina as well. You don't need to make a transfer with that team. Predictions on today's matches? Yeah, of course, mate. I've already run through them, but they're on screen now. Do I play Raya or Onana? I would play Raya, I think. I think Raya has a better likelihood of a clean sheet than Onana does. I think probably, yeah. I'll play Raya. Gabriel trained, mate. I think he should play. Bloody yeah, we got loads of new subscribers. We're on 3,712 now. Let's go. Closing in on 10k. Oh, 9,712, sorry. We're closing in on 10k. If anyone hasn't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe. Yeah, mean the world to me to hit 10k subs. Is Man City beating Bournemouth 3-0 an outrageous prediction? I don't think it is. I've got to be honest with you. I do think Brentford beat Fulham, yeah. I think Brentford have been good this season. Not necessarily defensively, but from an attacking perspective, I think they've been really good. And with Wissa being back in the team as well, I think that helps them a lot. So Eze for a -4. Yeah, I'd just play someone instead, Jimbo. I'd just play someone instead. I guess the only question I'd ask is, who do you think is the best replacement? Yeah, but Arsenal had 10 men, mate. You know, and I'm not saying that that's obviously part of the, you know, how the game played out. And obviously it was Bournemouth's good play that got Arsenal down to 10 men. But when a team goes down to 10 men, that completely changes the dynamic of the game. You know what I mean? So, anyway, I don't think 3-0. 3-0 is my prediction, man. I'm not going to lose any sleep if you disagree. That's what it's all about, isn't it? If we all had the same opinion about football, we'd all have the same FPL team. There'd be nothing to talk about and it'd be really boring. Would you play Semenyo or Gabriel? Ooh. So yeah, all right. I asked you that. Do you think that Johnson scores 5 more points than Gabriel this week? Because that would have to be the case to make the hit worth it. Does that make sense? So you'd have to score 4 or more points than the other player you'd want to play for a hit to be worth it. I would actually say Kanate, you know, because Ait-Nouri is on 4 yellow cards. I'd probably go for Robinson because he's better from an attacking perspective. Play Concert or Wout Fass. Bristol City have got Preston, by the way. An absolute clash of the Championship Titans. Bristol City v Preston. I think 2 of the most boring clubs in Britain matching up. Yeah, we'll see how the league plays out, mate. Bristol City usually have 2 or 3 good results. Everyone gets a bit carried away and then they lose 2 or 3 games. That's kind of the perpetual cycle of Bristol City. I'd probably play Wout Fass. I don't think I'd captain Raul Jimenez. I absolutely love him, but I don't think I would captain him. No, Darren. I wouldn't do it. Ooh, sorry, I dropped my phone then. I wouldn't do it just in case. Nah, I'd just leave it, mate. Basically, in order to make a defender in for -4 worth it, they have to keep a clean sheet or get an attack in return. They have to, otherwise it's not worth it. And for me, I think the players you're looking at, I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it, mate. Even though Aït-Nouri is really good from an attacking perspective, I would wait. I think Guardiola plays as well, to be honest, mate. I would start Rodgers over Aina, definitely. Start 2 of DCL, Solanke, and Brennan Johnson. Oh my god, DCL and Johnson. I'm not big on Solanke anymore. I could do Trent to Konate, Gabriel to Lewis, and McNeil to Salah. Yeah, I don't mind it as long as it's not for a hit. I don't mind it. Best low price defenders. Let's have a quick look. I can do that. What would you class as a low price defender, my friend? 4.5 or below? I'm on the hub, man. Not that hub. The only hub that we should be using. I'm gonna go 4.7 because some have risen in price. So according to Fantasy Football Hub, those are your top defenders. I think I probably agree with that. I don't know about Minter, mate, I'm afraid. No comment, Hugo. That might be the hub I was referring to. We shouldn't be using that hub though, it's bad for you. Matty Cash. Apparently so, man. Apparently so. There's my team. We'll go back to my team. I'm just going to sit back and have a chill for 5 minutes, if that's all right, and just look at the chat. I've been live for an hour and 20 minutes. I feel like it's been quite intense for me, so I'm just going to have a little chill. Sorry, I've got a hair on my mic. Okay. Good morning, Lee Fisher. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Quite simply, top 10 travel. I find most of the gambling industry to be morally bankrupt, to be completely honest with you, mate. So, yeah, that's why. I feel like sports betting is so unpredictable and impossible. There's so many variables that go into placing bets that unless you do matched betting, like my good friend Ben is potentially looking into, then I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole, really. Danny Graham. It's just Ange, mate. It's how Ange likes to use his strikers. Proof's in the pudding, Uwe. Proof is in the pudding. Not one manager post Sir Alex Ferguson has worked at Man United. So yeah, not one manager. God, I'm running out of facts about me that no one knows. Actually, I've got one. I haven't really played on it very much yet because you can get paid work for it from the police and stuff. But I'm something known as a super recognizer, which is someone who has I don't want to use the word extraordinary to describe myself, but a like a skill of never forgetting faces. So I just never forget faces of people that I meet, basically. I'll show you. And I can pick specific people out of a crowd. So yeah, it's called there's like a super recognizer association. You can do a formal test and stuff, and you become part of a pool of super recognizers that people can, the police can use to like identify criminals on CCTV and stuff like that. I've not tapped into that yet because I just don't have time. But yeah, there you go. There's a fact that no one knows about me. Good to see you in the chat, Liam. Hope you're doing well. You're looking forward to the game on Tuesday. I might be free to grab that pint before the game if you fancied it, mate. So yeah, deadline is at 11 a.m. UK time, so we've got an hour and 39 minutes. Yeah, exactly, Ben. That's why I'm holding out on a decision on Amarim as to whether I like him. Liam's off to Preston. What a huge away day that is, mate. Up to Deepdale. Hope you have a good time, mate. I hope it's not a 0-0 and you actually get some entertainment. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll see, Ben. To be honest, mate, that could be something. That could be an extra little side hustle I could look at, isn't it? If you could have a crazy skill, it would be excellent at FPL. Yeah, nice one, mate. Keep in touch, man. I think we're on Twitter, aren't we, together? So yeah, just give us a shout, mate. It'll probably be a cup of tea for me instead of a pint, but I'm very happy to have a chat before the game, mate. Sounds good. I hope you enjoy your time in Preston. Yeah, I haven't done FPL challenge yet. A couple of things I've got to look at, actually. I've got to look at the draft and the challenge. Let's have a look. We're just thinking on Tuesday. Yeah, I don't have training. I've got quite a busy day of work. I think my last meeting finishes about 5:30. So I've got a bit of a quick turnaround to have dinner and get to the game. Just do me on golden goal, mate. Be fine. That should be fine. Should be able to get to the game about half an hour early. So here's my draft team. We'll just look at that a second. Pretty happy with that, to be fair. Pretty happy with that. Any decisions, any changes you'd make to this team? Just as any benchers you'd put in? I think that's a pretty solid draft team. Status, see if there's any players available. I don't need to sign any of them, do I? I'm second in my draft team at the moment, in my draft league at the moment. My mate Harry been doing my head in because he's not touched his team since the start of the season. That was his team last week, right? That was his team last week. He's got João Felix and he's winning. Very annoying. All right, we can look at the challenge, won't we? What's the challenge this week? Is it shots on target points or something? Fouls won are worth 2 points. Fouls conceded are worth -1 point. Interesting. You get unlimited budget. Oh my god. Wow. Goalkeeper. I'm gonna pick Sells. Sells, you're in goal. Defender, Trent. Right. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 1. I'm gonna go Palmer and Salah and Haaland up front. Captain Salah. That's my draft team. I haven't really thought about fouls one. But I would imagine that Cole Palmer and Salah could win a fair few fouls. Who is the most fouled player in the Premier League? I'm going to have a look at the stats a second. Let's have a look at the stats. Bruno Guimaraes. So here are the most fouls won in the Premier League. But Bruno Guimaraes makes a lot of fouls as well. So there you go. Let's have a look at the stats. So here are the most fouled players in the Premier League. Bruno Guimaraes has been fouled 33 times, but he also gives away a lot of fouls as well. Anthony Gordon, Cole Palmer's up there. Yeah, there's your top foul players if you're looking to do a challenge team. Oh, Notion Vids, man, you are way too late. About an hour late. I did the quiz about an hour ago. I'm quite happy with that draft team, you know. Would you start Martinez? I'm going to go Onana. We'll go Onana. Go for the home player. Let's go back to my team. It ain't over till it's over. I've been listening to Lenny Kravitz as well this weekend. There we go. You missed so much, Jason. You missed so much that I can't even... Well, Grealish hasn't played, mate. You can't be the most foul player if you haven't played. I was just going to open Twitter on my other tab again and just see if there's any news that's come out. Tweet says, bad news for Dominic Calvert-Lewin owners. It looks like he'll probably start again today. I'm just having a quick scroll of Twitter to see if there's any news. What are people's thoughts on Darwin Núñez, by the way? Certainly looks like he's going to play this week. Would you dare? No, there's nothing there. No news as of yet. Klopp, you don't need to go all caps, and I would keep Mazwari. Mostly silhouettes. I think they both play, Liam. Gabriel's been in training, apparently, and he's with the squad, and I don't think Guardiola's injury is serious at all. I think they both play, if you want my opinion, mate. Not saying I don't have any insider information, but my gut is... I would say Gabriel is more likely to play than Guardiola, though, I would say. I would start Semenyo, mate. Just give Semenyo a start. Hello, Jelly Belly UK. Darwin Núñez is a big old troll, isn't he? Yes, Galactic Cantina. Cars and swimming when it's not football, mate. Those are my two geeks. I freaking love cars. I just haven't had I haven't had much time since I've started working on this channel to invest in my love of and hobby of cars, but yeah. If you keep spamming the chat, mate, I'm not going to answer that question. You're done, mate. Honestly, mate, I'm not really into like big expensive supercars. If I could pick one car not to own and drive every day, I would pick an E46 BMW M3. I absolutely love that car. For reference, one of these. It's like, it looks timeless. So even though it comes from like the year 2001, I'll probably get it in Estoril blue as well. I'll probably get it in this color. One of them. It's got a naturally aspirated straight six engine, and the BMW straight six is just sound amazing. It's not horrendously quick. I just think it looks so nice. And yeah, beautiful car. I'd have one of them. Why don't you answer? Bro, I don't answer because you kept spamming the chat. You don't need to spam the chat. Yeah, I don't mind the F-Type Jag. I don't mind it. I think I would have a Porsche over a Jaguar though. I just think the Porsches are just a little bit more refined, and yeah, go for a Porsche. Just an E46 M3, Paul. Oh, right, yeah. See, sorry. Yeah, the E30 M3 is good, but I don't think you could drive it every day. Mate, you just spam the chat and now you're like, answer. Mate, where's your manners, man? Say please, bro. Be nice. I do this stuff for free, mate. I don't charge you anything for this. The least you can do is just be nice to me and ask a question nicely, right? E8, what is it? What's an E83? Is that a 5 Series? Oh, X3. You got an X3. Very nice, mate. You'd love a beach buggy. Nice one, mate. They're pretty cool. I'm assuming you've seen the Grand Tour beach buggy special. Oh, Niels, that's so tough. I think I would have Cunha, and there's something different you could do defensively there, in my opinion, in order to get Cunha in. I don't think the decision should be between Kanate and Mikolenko. I think you should be able to do something else in your team to enable you to have a different decision. What do you need, Juntal? Yeah, I don't mind that. But TAA's fixtures are decent. On Nissan GTRs, I don't know, mate. I've never had one. I also, and please don't take offense if anyone loves a Nissan GTR, but they do just feel a little bit boring to me. I don't know. I just find them a bit boring. Sorry. They feel like a bit of a straight line machine, and that's about. I know they corner very well as well, but I don't know. I find the Nissan GTR a little bit boring. That's just my opinion. That's what I thought as well, Uwe. Should I buy wood for a -4? That's not even enough for me to like answer the question. There's so much that goes behind taking a hit that you need additional context to that question. What's your justification for taking a hit? Who are you selling? Who's on your bench that you could start instead? Those are It's a multifactorial decision. There you go. I'm going to give you a very complex answer. You have to come back to me with a bit more info before I can answer that. They did. They got. I don't think they've got individual throttle bodies, but the Vanos that they have on those straight sixes make them sound. They sound so good. They just sound amazing. I'm gonna go full nerd here. Quite a few people have left the stream now, so I think it's time. I'm gonna have a look for an E46 M3 exhaust sound. No, that's a terrible video. Tell me that doesn't sound the absolute business. That is sick. That's a CSL though. I wouldn't want a CSL. It doesn't even have a radio. But yeah, that sounds sick. I don't have anyone on the bench. I'm going to swap him with Delap. But Delap's got Leicester. What do you think, chat? Help him out. Help the man with no manners or woman with no manners out. Fair enough, Jelly Belly. We had a few people leave after I played the exhaust sounds then, but yeah, I do love a E46. Any BMW straight six sounds good. Also, another good sounding engine. I don't know if anyone's into cars. The current Porsche naturally aspirated straight six. Oh man. There you go. Oh, it sounds so good. Listen to that. Very special. Very special. Might want one of those in the future as well. There you go. And I also think with Wood as well, I'll go back to football now. With Wood as well, the fixtures change for him. So he's got West Ham, Newcastle, but 2 of his next 5 fixtures is Arsenal, Man City. Where'd you see that, Ben? I haven't seen any in the chat, unless you're just joking. What's going on here? I can't move my screen. There we go. Good to see you, B-Ball. Checkmate. You've got Lewis, Kanate, Aït-Nouri, and Gabriel. Who to bench? That's a disgusting decision. What do you think, chat? I can't answer that. I can't answer that. The golden goal expected points algorithm says they score exactly the same. I really can't decide. I really can't decide, mate. Sorry. What does the chat think? So I'm just checking messages a sec. We're getting there. 9,720 subs now. We're moving on. Moving on up. Thank you, everyone. It is so difficult, isn't it? You think that sounds like any sports car, bro? That's a 9,000 RPM straight six there. The engineering that's gone into that to make it run reliably at 9,000 RPM is incredible. Yeah, bench Gabriel. So you've got an answer of 3 different players there. I don't know if anyone's as big of a car nerd as me, but I can usually tell, like a performance car at least, when I hear it on the street without looking at it, I can usually tell what sort of car it is, which is quite sad. But yeah, I can usually tell. It's so hard that, isn't it, B-ball checkmate? It's so hard that. Sorry, I'm playing around with my camera cover. If you don't mind, guys, my throat is getting a little dry. I've drunk all my water. I've been live for an hour and 45 minutes. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to quickly fill up my water bottle and get a little snack because I've been live for an hour and 45 minutes, which is a long time. So I will be a second. I'm going to put a message in the chat if anyone joins. Oh, I spelt it wrong. Oh well, I'll be back in a sec, guys. I'm disappointed that no one took over. I've got a Cadbury's brunch bar. That's what I'm having at the moment. I think Jordan Pickford is the best goalkeeper in the game. It's my opinion. I've got to be honest, Ben. I have no idea who that is. Should I know who that is? Is it a Norwich player or the manager? I honestly have no idea, to be honest. Sorry, pal. Yeah, so I don't feel qualified to answer that question because I don't even know who this person is. The top scorer, never even heard of them, mate. Who's he play for? Let's have a gander. I'm going to go on the solo screen. I trust that you're not trolling me. I'm just going to have a look. Wow, 12 goals in 10 games. Holy moly. So I just sort me out right then. Impressive. I will do, mate. I can't show them on YouTube because I'll get taken down. But there you go. Nice one, Paul. I know you're saying you're a mechanic, aren't you? Is it auto electrical? I remember you saying something like that. That's all right, bro. I'll watch it on my phone. 2 seconds. I can't show you, but I'll watch it. I'm just watching it now, bro. Victor, how do you actually say it though? Does anyone know how to pronounce that surname? Yorkiers? God knows. How do you actually pronounce that surname? Man United will go after him and then turn him to absolute rubbish. That's what Man United will do. I'm just watching the highlights a sec. Whoa! That first goal is an absolute rasper, isn't it? He twatted that. Obviously, Conway scored, didn't he? The Bristol City traitor, man. It was a crap goal, though. Keeper should have saved it. Where's his second goal coming then? Oh, wow. Those are great. Yeah, great goals. Second goal was crazy. Gyökeres. There you go. Cheers, Ben. Huge. I think they all play CJT. I do. I think they're so important to their teams, and none of them have serious injuries. By the way, I haven't asked for many likes on this. I don't think I've asked for any likes yet. So I just sort my air out. Yeah. Please, like the stream if you haven't already. We're closing in on 100. I can't actually see the number of likes that we have at the moment. Sweden are looking all right, aren't they? They're doing all right post Ibra. Zlatan put Sweden on the map. I don't know. I think Sweden was on the map before Zlatan. But I see where you're coming from. I've absolutely no idea, Ben. But for me, I've spoken about this on multiple streams because a few people have asked me this. I don't really care how he lines up as long as we play a left winger. So what I'm saying by that is I think the best England front four is Gordon, Palmer, Saka, Kane. And I don't think, unfortunately, I just don't think Phil Foden gets in the England team. Sounds harsh, but I don't think he gets in. I think I play Palmer and Gordon over him. Because I just think you need a proper winger. We miss a lot on the left when Foden plays there because he's not a winger. Quite simply. Rodgers, Garnacho, Dallo, please rank in that order to start. I'd rank it in that order, mate. Actually, I'll go Garnacho, Rodgers, Dallo. Why is Foden not being picked? Well, in my opinion, I just don't think he's good enough for England, basically, mate. I think Palmer, in the few minutes he's played for England, and I think in general he's a better player than Foden. Well, I don't think Manil plays, so that's up to you. I think he's injured. Best Eze replacement under 7 million? It's probably Brennan Johnson, but it's really tough, actually. It's Brennan Johnson or a midfielder that's super cheap, in my opinion. Garnacho. Yeah, Garnacho. He's a good option. Alongside Brennan Johnson, I think. That's a good question, Alexandru. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'd do with Wood. I haven't really thought that far ahead, to be honest. I don't think I need to because there's so much that could happen between now and then. There's so much that could happen between now and then. I don't know. As part of the game, John, absolutely. I mean, yeah. How do you motivate a modern footballer? That is a complicated question to answer, and I think there are very few managers that can do that, if any. To be honest, I think you need to be more self-motivated as a player. To be honest with you, for me, it shouldn't really be a manager's job to get a player motivated to play football. There's an element of it, but I think you want to have players in your team that are self-motivated, really. I've just got to share my team in a chat a second, so I'm just going to do that. Who's that, Ben? Is that England? Yeah, Jackson's going to be a factor, man. He definitely is. Jackson is going to be a factor. For sure. The only decision I've got to make is who to captain. Do I give it to Salah or Haaland? Do I captain Salah or Haaland? Oh, my fingernail's cracked. I just scratched my face when I put my hand on it then. Captain Wood. Can't be Captain Wood. He's great and all that, but I don't think he's a captain. God, how many votes have we had on the poll, by the way? We have 611. Salah 50%. It's interesting, that, isn't it? That is that's interesting. One free transfer. Would you transfer DCL or Solanke or stick? Or best replacements are Cunha, Raul Jimenez, and Wissa. So the question I would ask you is, do you think Jimenez, Cunha, or Wissa are better? And if so, if the answer is yes, then do it. Hopefully that helps. Start Smith Rowe or McNeil. McNeil's injured, mate. Start Raya or Sells. I'd probably start Sells. I would say I don't like the goalkeeper rotation you got there. I would just have one goalkeeper. Thinking of taking out Trent and Palmer for Konate and Mo Salah. Bench 2, Gabriel, Porro, Rogers, Johnson, Cunha, Solanke, DCL. Oh my God. I would bench Rogers and Solanke. Edvin? Well, I mean, you can see in my team. I like Wood, yeah. In my team as well. I'm only joking, yeah, of course. Chris Wood's in my team, man. There's endless Chris Wood jokes, isn't there? I think, to be honest, guys, I mean this in the nicest way possible. I've had a lovely time on this stream, but I am starting to flag a little bit. I can feel myself getting a bit fatigued. So I might do half an hour more and then leave it there. Sorry, guys, I'm struggling to keep going. I'm playing the long game this weekend. I'm going to make a video this evening. I'll go live tomorrow morning, live tomorrow evening, and then another video tomorrow. So 2 live streams and a video tomorrow, and a live stream and a video today. So it's going to be an intense weekend. I start early on purpose, mate, because all of the big dogs start streaming at 9, and I see it's just a good time to start because you collect other people who appreciate an earlier start. I don't mind starting early and finishing early, to be honest. Replacement for Eze Garnacho. I'm going to keep the captaincy poll up, actually, John, because it's quite it's still getting added to, and it's quite interesting to see what the community thinks. It's quite interesting to see what the community thinks. I'm just going to see if we've got any team news a second. Nothing. No news. I think Gabriel and Saka play though. That's the stuff we want to know about, isn't it? I guess. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Good morning, Harmony. Good to see you. Oh, the captaincy poll's still here for me, John. Play Rodgers or I would go Rodgers, mate. We've asked, a few people have had that issue already, Keith. And I asked the chat, and it was unanimous that it was Rodgers. I would start Henderson, mate. Can you tell him which part I should focus on my squad? Where should you improve? I don't think you need to improve. It's a good team. I play Garnacho, Frederick, because McNeil is injured. Start 2, Rodgers. I'd start Johnson and Garnacho. Yeah. No leaks, mate. No leaks. Keith, thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words, man. I'm just a dude in my room talking about fantasy football, but I appreciate the compliment. Jelly Belly UK, my pleasure, man. I think I'm going to be off shortly as well. Should I start Robertson or Conser / Fast? Worried he will get... Yeah, I do think Robertson's benched. I would actually consider selling Robertson for the money that he costs because he's going to be a perpetual issue in your team. I think Gabriel will play because he's trained, mate. My pleasure, Keith. The GOAT will actually... Yeah, Kaftan. Bruno's about. Huge from Trust. Starting Semenyo over Rodgers. No, you're not insane. It's a close decision at the end of the day. Captain Haaland and Bumo or Palmer? Haaland. I'd captain Haaland. Can we expect any leaks in the next hour? Well, considering first up it's Arsenal, probably not. There's not many leaks that come out of that Arsenal dressing room, which is why I'm Leaning more to ending the stream early and recovering, ready for my video later on this evening. That's my mindset at the moment. Just warming my shoulders up. No, it's just a video this evening, mate. But tomorrow I've got a big one. 2 live streams and a video if I have the time. Out of Concert and Fass, who would you start? Excuse me. Concert. No. Fass. Yeah, talk about zoning out. I'm really struggling now. It's so. I promise it's not for it's not for not loving it, if that makes sense. But it's hard to do a live stream for a long period of time. I feel like I'm zoning out myself. Hasn't affected the poll. It's only 1 vote out of 635. No, neither are great options, mate. You're bang on. Ooh, I'd say 8 Nori. I already had a strong coffee, mate. I have to get another one in, I guess. So, you captain Salah because Brighton are missing their captain. Dunk. Salah gets a clean sheet point. Gets more points for goals. And he's more likely to get an assist. And he's at home. Haaland has no Kevin De Bruyne. Man City have their own respective injury problems. He's not been that good for his last 4 or 5 games. That's your case. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say, all I feel I need to say. Yeah, me too, mate. Me too, mate. Who are you going as, Paul? Yep, it will be Looney Tunes, but well, I guess it depends if you're in the UK. If you're in the UK, you won't be able to watch it. Nah, I don't like Curtis Jones, mate. Sorry. How many are in the chat? I don't know. Literally no idea. No, McNeil's injured. I'm so screwed if Salah does good. Yep. Just stick to your guns and get him when you can get him, mate. Don't worry about it too much. I would start 8 Nori, Lewis, Dallo in that order. Morning, Lalix. 35. There you go, Harmony. For some reason, my YouTube stats aren't working at the moment. I do apologise, Lalix, but I was saying I'm kind of flagging at the moment. I'm feeling quite tired and struggling to keep up the energy, so I might sign off in a little bit. Just rest up. I've been live for 2 hours already. And we'll have a video tonight, 2 live streams tomorrow. Huge. I literally have no idea who that is, Paul. I really have no idea who that is. It's sure that I've never seen the Hunger Games, so it probably says it all. My rank at the moment, my brother. There you go, 167k overall. Not too bad. Not too bad. We got any leaks? Let's have a look. Oh, as you can see, I'm currently flagging. No leaks. No leaks. Well, here we go. Useful. We'll end on this. Sam FPL looking at the leaks. Gabriel is with the squad. Chris Wood is with the squad. Cunha training is available for today's game. There you go. There's your leaks. It's a skill issue, John. Skill issue from your part. Based on how he's played this season, mate, I would start Nicholas Jackson. I would start Jackson. I'm the FPL GOAT. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. So I was just checking, see if anyone sent me any info, but I haven't got any. No leaks. I'm not in the cartel. So yeah, I've got no leaks, I'm afraid, guys. Let's go back to my team. Just scroll up. There's my team. So many people. Sorry, just checking for leaks. Can't believe Saka's price went up, by the way. That's unbelievable. What's a good rank at this stage of the season? Top million? To be honest, rank a third of the way through the season means little because there's so many factors that go into it. But I'd say if you're in the top million, you're doing all right. But even if you're not, it doesn't matter. It's so little into the season. McNeil's injured, I believe, mate. Should I start Rodgers or McNeil? Rodgers. All right, guys. I know it's 45 minutes before the deadline, but I have I'm in struggle city. I'm struggling, and I don't feel like I'm owing it back to you to perform a good stream for the next 45 minutes. So I would thoroughly recommend checking out FPL Tom. There he is. Oh, actually. Go watch it.
You can manage any type of business.
Let's turn that off. We're going to vote. I'd recommend checking out FPL Tom stream. Let him know I sent you. Right, watching the chat. Let him know I sent you. I want to see people in the chat saying that I sent you. Catch you soon, guys. Just wait. All right, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Cheers, guys. Thanks so much for joining. It's an absolute pleasure as always. I'm going to go and chill out for a little bit, get myself a bit of energy, and I'll be back with a video at 7 p.m. tonight. Members will get it early, but yeah, it will come out, excuse me, around 7 p.m. tonight. So until then, I will talk to you soon.